I'm Elaine Quijano. Back to our top story. The United States and the United Kingdom have carried out airstrikes on Houthi rebels in Yemen. This comes after the Iranian-backed militia group attacked cargo ships and tankers in the Red Sea. There have been more than 24 attacks since October. Our Nancy Cordes joins us now from the White House. Nancy, what is the very latest that you're hearing there?
Elaine, we just got a lengthy statement from the President of the United States laying out the scope of these strikes, the rationale for these strikes. And I'm just going to walk you through it because I've got it here on my phone and we are just going through it ourselves. He says, today, at my direction, U.S. military forces, together with the United Kingdom and with support from Australia, Bahrain, Canada, and the Netherlands. I think it's notable that Bahrain assisted here, another Middle East nation, successfully conducted strikes against a number of targets in Yemen used by Houthi rebels to endanger freedom of navigation in one of the world's most vital waterways. He says that these strikes are in direct response to Houthi attacks on international maritime vessels. In other words, they are not attacking military vessels. They are simply attacking commercial vessels that are transporting oil, natural gas, and other goods through the Red Sea. He says that they have endangered U.S. personnel, civilian mariners, and jeopardized trade. Here's another interesting point. He says more than 50 nations have been affected in 27 attacks on international shipping, and more than 2,000 ships have been forced to divert thousands of miles to avoid the Red Sea because of these attacks. Here is something that I find really fascinating. He says that the Houthis launched the first ever anti-ship ballistic missile. And that is why these nations decided to strike Yemen, and specifically the Houthis in Yemen. He says they're in direct response to these unprecedented attacks, including the use of anti-ship ballistic missiles for the first time in history. So basically what he's saying here, Elaine, is that these attacks by the Houthis that we have been cataloging over the last few months, 27 of them so far on commercial shipping, are unprecedented, and they are putting dozens of nations, thousands of commercial vessels and their crews at risk. And this is the response, these major strikes by the U.S. and the U.K., assisted, not militarily, but obviously logistically, by 4 other nations tonight.
And Nancy, you noted at the top that among the countries that is listed as carrying out this action or joining together with the United States is the nation of Bahrain. Why is that particularly significant?
Well, it's interesting because the Secretary of State was just in Bahrain yesterday. As you know, for months he's been hopscotching through a variety of Middle Eastern nations, conducting diplomatic talks. When he was in Bahrain yesterday, Elaine, he made a point of saying that the U.S. is going to have a response at the time and place of its choosing because of all of these strikes on commercial vessels. And by the way, a lot of these commercial vessels are not U.S. vessels. They are owned and operated by any number of countries. The U.S. did spearhead a coalition of about 20 nations to send military vessels to the region to sort of guard these commercial ships as they traverse the region. But it is by no means only the U.S. that is coming under attack here. And so he issued that warning to the Houthis. And now, a day later, the U.S. and the U.K. have made good on those warnings.
All right. CBS News Chief White House Correspondent Nancy Cordes. Nancy, thank you.
You're welcome.